treated to the foremost hospitality. In all the and worth. Much obliged.
I have a feeling there's good coin to be made.
Over here, if you please.
Welcome.
Neglect my ledger.
As the Arisen commands, so must we abide. Show some haste.
How might I serve you, Arisen? At least I go knowing I fought to the best. Hail, Arisen. 'Tis plain you've been training diligently in my absence. An unexpected reunion.
Well, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. You know where to find me. The solution eludes me. But I'm certain that... Well met! You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost... hospitality in all Vernworth. You know where to find me. Well met.
Might you consider lightening your pack, Master?
Let's see. What can we do without?
Pray, call upon me again another time. I'll use this chance to commit myself. My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in my possession to craft things for you and my... If ever you've need of an aid...
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen. Welcome to pure and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So I hope to see you again. Welcome.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to... the foremost... hospitality in all Vernworth. You know where to find me. I fear I know. Wisdom to offer.
Welcome.
Not much going on. I'll feel a sight better once I'm
There are worse things than turning in a...
I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Oh, I don't know about you, but I am full of vim and vigour. Getting proper rest is an important...
It appears night has fallen while we slept.
Step lively. Journey by starlight shall make for a nice change of pace.
Feeling rested, I trust?
What should I do? All the best tales come from This place always
Mercy! Right, door's locked. That should do it.
Legs are stiff as boards after training. There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
I get along with it.
Pray, slow your feet! You run too fast for the likes of me!
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
I swear I've not blinked once in contact.
Tranquil places such as this.
So well as just about anyway.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Now here's a welcome sight.
Don't think yours one found its way inside the common quarter just the other night. Much blood was spilled. You could say 'twas an I wonder if building a nice... Gather round! Treat your ear! Aye, got some coin to spare you? Much appreciated.
Seamen fine spirits.
Days like this make me glad.
Now here's a welcome sight.
Still a while to go before my shift's over.
sure why I patrol it. if I'm honest.
A fair wind's coming.
There's no easy things. My back's acting up today.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
What should I do?
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. Well met, Sir Arisen. Many thanks. Hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance you would be willing to aid me with another matter. You see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone missing. Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run away. This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself in some strange corner of it. Might I impose on you to search for him?
Let us begin by gathering information.
I knew it to be so.
Hi, sir. What I can do for you? What? You mean to say my Albert's a noble and has only been pretending to be a beggar? That can't be true. Earning a living in the slums isn't easy, but Albert and I, we promised each other we'd try our hardest to make ends meet. We've been working toward that all this time, and you're saying 'tis all a lie? I don't want to believe such madness, but nor can I deny that these garments are my husband's. Pray, tell me where you found them. I must see this for myself.
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of tipplers and merrymakers alike. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Not half bad.
Interested in my wares?
Not sure how much longer I can.
We may benefit from pursuing the information. I can guide you to the place Arisen, or thereabouts.
Well now, isn't this lucky? Someone who knows the way.
It's my duty to devote my life to my prayers for
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together, but I overslept, and he went without me. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults. Oh no, I wasn't meant to tell anyone that.
What teachings might Sal be able to work? The pursuit of specimens is an endless
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
gives me an ill feeling.
Malcolm. All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. Don't know why he bothered.
Making our report ought to be our next priority.
Vaults, you say? By my knowledge, they were sealed off. Ah, but you mentioned rubble, aye? Then perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment to lose. Pray, follow me, and quickly. I believe this is the place to which the children were referring. Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead looks small, but we may be able to squeeze through. Let us make haste.
Keep your ears pricked. Our foes might betray themselves with the slightest sound.
What? Oh! 'Twas but a trick of the light.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can breathe freely at last.
Sir Kendrick, you'll never believe what I've found. It's just up ahead. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort of secret workshop.
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
We ought not lose sight of our guide.
I knew it to be so.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall.
over here.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing? And I found it. Me.
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. 'Tis a veritable treasure trove of wisdom. Might I ask that you not share the existence of this place with others, Sir Arisen? We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused or mistreated. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true value. Pray tell me if you know of such an individual. As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place. 'Twill be our little secret. Understood?
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secrets together, eh?
It near boggles the mind that so impressive an archive slumbered here. 'Tis surely any scholar's dream.
I knew it to be so.
Let us proceed to the next location. Shall I lead you to the location nearest here, Arisen? The soldiers delivering freight were last espied near Vermund's eastern edge. That's not far from here.
This place is
The books ne'er seem to end. Who could have brought them?
Not again! I'm losing track of how many of these we've felled.
Ah, now here's a surprise.
The thrill of discovery never gets old.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this. Over here, if you please. I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Pick up every little thing you find, and your pack will soon outweigh you. Well, I know it, yet I cannot seem to resist.
You too? I'm glad I'm not the only one. This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
Over here, if you would.
Something smells.
I don't know what to do. What to do? What to do? I've no mother or father to speak of, you see. So the nice people at the Gracious Hand take care of me. I wanted to get them a present to say thank you, and I thought a bunch of flowers would be just the thing. Well, the problem is, I can't seem to find any good ones. Do you think you could help me? All I need is a bunch of pretty flowers. For true. Thank you ever so much, Arisen. I'm sure you'll find the prettiest flowers that ever were. Hoi, Arisen! Have you brought me a bunch of... Well, take your time. You know...
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
I'm quite sure I wasn't dreaming.
Tricky situation.
I heard a rumor. Figured I had to thank you somehow.
Hoi, Arisen! Have you brought me a bunch of flowers already? Oh, just look at them. They're the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. These should brighten the sisters' days. Say, would you mind terribly if I asked you another favor? See, one of my friends taught me a magic spell. It's supposed to let you meet whomever you like. All you have to do is find a silver stone, put it under your pillow, and say the magic words. But there's the problem. I've been looking all over for such a stone, and I can't find one anywhere. Would you find a silver stone and bring it to me, Arisen? For true. I knew I'll be waiting.
Our next mission is to acquire a silver stone. Mayhap silver ore will serve. We can purchase it, or mine it up ourselves.
I knew it to be so.
Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Have you fared any better? Oh, just look how it shines. Thank you ever so much. Say, aren't you curious who I want to meet? Well, I'll tell you. My mother and father. I don't even know what they look like, you know. Not to say I'm unhappy at the Gracious Hand, of course. But I'd really like to meet them, even just once. I want to tell them how grateful I am that they gave me life. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, hi, Arisen. You'll help me again if I need it, won't you? Please say yes.
Miss Daphne seemed pleased with our efforts. Mayhap we ought to pay her another visit sometime soon.
Right you are.
how I've longed to embrace my bedroll.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Off we go then.
A new day, a new perspective.
I have no issue falling asleep. Getting proper rest is an
Tiring and making conversation.
how I've...
I'm sure I can handle this. Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out for this work.
Beg pardon, sir, but have you any information about what happened here? A couple were found dead, you see. Poor Albert was stabbed from behind, and Selena, by all appearances, ended her own life after killing him. I can't fathom it. I knew the both of them, and I cannot imagine Selena doing such a thing, let alone to her dear husband. One witness claims Selena was turned away from a noble's estate shortly before the incident. But how could that possibly have led to aught so gruesome as this?
To think this tale could take such a turn. My own master will be keen to hear of what transpired here.
Surely not.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel. But you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
My head hurts just thinking.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
That woman's taking advantage of us, she is. She knows...
Good day, sir.
Sir, ought you not be in Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? I suppose you must be a visitor. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself? I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humors, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful.
Tell is, miasmite can be harvested from phantoms. Monsters that wander the world a night.
Yes, of course. I see it now.
Time to be heading home.
Just remember, I've somewhere to be.
My head hurts just...
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now, even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
What should I do?
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there. Help me. Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better. There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeared for them.
This is a place of prayer. Do keep your voice low.
What to do? Hoy, Arisen! Say, have you heard about the state of the river? Do you know the river close by the church? Well, it's come to be full of muck and filth and all sorts. That's a problem for the church, as it draws from the river to make holy water. The water's so filthy that it's going to take twice the amount of gold ore to purify it. I was thinking you could help the priests by finding some gold ore. After all, it wouldn't be good for anyone if the church ran out of holy water. I was hoping you'd say that. Thanks ever so much. I'll help too. I'll look for gold ore every place I can think of.
Now we seek gold ore. Though 'tis sold in shops, mining some ourselves might prove the better choice.
True enough.
Gladly aid you if 'tis within my power.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the abbess can enter? If the Gracious Hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. Oh, you've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the Sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand.
Nothing ever seems to happen round here.
I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Shall we investigate?
I concur.
I spend my days in quiet reflection. A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
I fear I've much to attend to. I do hope naught befalls Lubomir.
Here to our escort of me, are you?
This might be worth a read.
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the matter at hand. Perhaps we should have a more knowledgeable pawn join our party.
Oi, Arisen! Have you found any gold ore yet? Wow! This'll be plenty, I reckon. Thank you ever so much. Listen, I was talking to the priests, and apparently our troubles aren't over yet. Would you be willing to lend us a hand again, Arisen? Just one more time? Thanks. So, remember how I told you about the river by the church getting all mucky? Well, the grown-ups are saying it's gotten worse. Now lots of people who live nearby are falling sick. The priests have been treating everyone as best they can, but there's nowhere near enough medicine to go round. I want to help them, but I'm not sure what I can do. Apart from ask you, that is. Would you bring us some more medicine, Arisen? Oh, thanks, Arisen. What would we do without you? I'll talk to the priests in the meantime, see if there's anything useful I can do.
Now we've need of medicine. We can purchase it at shops, or make some ourselves by combining the ingredients.
I am well aware of the particulars.
I'm dead on my feet after today's training. I'm sure I can handle it.
I can but trust my faith will guide me through.
All my peers seem so much more. All this hustle and bustle. Fancy a look at my wares?
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Many thanks. Might as well.
'Tis most exhilarating to hand over such a sum.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out. Not sure how much longer I can hold out.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep...
Hoi, Arisen! Have you brought any medicine with you? Now that's just splendid. Oh, thank you, Arisen. This should be plenty. I'll take it to the church straight away.
'Tis a goodly deed we've done, aiding the sick. I only hope our efforts go a ways toward improving life in the slums.
'Tis as you say.
Thanks, sir.
Ingredients are plentiful.
A moment's prayer can do a world of good. I spend my days in quiet reflection.
How might we enter the basement sick room?
Not a bad idea.
Someone to talk to.
Ought to polish up my gear for tomorrow.
You're to look forward to, but a long day.
I'd gladly stay here forever if I could.
How are we to find such
There are worse things.
Open your eyes, everyone. 'Tis dark out, but our day begins.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Oh, I don't know about you, but I am full of vim and vigor.
May the heavens look kind.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
Oh, someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone?
Mayhap 'twould serve us well to track down the former patients mentioned in these records of treatment.
Indeed, you are correct.
Medicine! 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 Now! 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 Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
I fear I've much to attend to.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? These look like records of treatment. Johann and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago, fit as a pair of fiddles. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead?
I thought
you're back. Pray, tell me, have you found what? You found a medicine used only in the basement sick room. I don't like the sound of that. Do you think... Could I trouble you to look into this as well? Mayhap you could show it to the doctor I saw before coming here. Radcliffe, his name was. He's staying in the rest town. Pray, sir, do what you can. I must know.
Methinks we would do well to bring this medicine to Sir Radcliffe, the doctor over in the rest town.
True enough.
What to do?
Is it true you're the Arisen? That's what I've heard, anyhow.
Elena? Ah, yes. The Abbess of the Gracious Hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker, till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there. And once, I saw her, the abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up. And he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected, given the state of those assembled. I'm sure I was moaning too.
Not worth your time, eh?
Suppose that's enough for the day.
They're numb from walking about.
Maybe I'll make myself scarce.
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phasus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done.
Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we? Here's your special medicine.
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phasis. What could his aim be, I wonder?
Mystifying.
Watch yourself. I'm not someone you want to cross.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? Have we purchased all that we require? We ought to review the contents of our packs, just to be sure.
At last, the moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new...
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
If you refer to changes in the military's makeup, I've heard the same.
Indeed. Tell us, there's been a shift in the chain of command.
Bunch of sluggards.
Tell us quick!
Excellent. I could have done no better. Focus. The battle continues.
I like that.
I say it. We trounced our foe well and true.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement. A passage here? Truly, there are secrets around every corner.
Pray, keep your wits about you. We needn't go barging in.
Passage here? Truly, there are secrets around every corner.
Pray, keep your wits about you. We needn't go barging in.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Kind of strength, I suppose.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Tell is, Vermund was once a Beastren kingdom.
Truly?
Indeed. Though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
They can be most convenient, though they only travel during the day.
This ox cart's bound for the check. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on. I'll not take that from you.
Onyx! Near that thundering gate! 'Tis a cyclops!
This foe seems unlikely to catch a chill, however cold our ice attacks may be.
Do not despair! I'm coming to your aid!
Thank goodness someone has a hand to lend.
It seems we have enraged our foe.
Reckless opponent makes for easy prey.
Understood.
Done if you've no objections. I would be glad of it. Well done.
This foe, lest we suffer bitter defeat.
I am well aware of it.
Tis done. Thank you. I'm overjoyed to have the task my master set for me.
I like that.
This is beyond unjust. I must be much better. The town's
What?
gather these now. It would be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
Dead on my feet. Maybe I'll get...
Peruse at your leisure.
Apart from my joints, I've naught to complain of.
Can't afford any mistakes this time.
Aye? In need of a doctor, are you? What's this you're giving me? Oh, I see. You want me to run some sort of test on this? Determine what manner of substance 'tis? Interesting. Well, you've certainly piqued my curiosity. Whatever your reasons, I'll take a look. Naturally, I'll need a bit of time with it. Come back again in... oh, I don't know. Later.
'Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside.
Need anything?
I'll take any chance not to think on my troubles.
Actually, look at my wares.
Wonder if there's any easy work to be had.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come in.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
What's to do?
Tomorrow will be no. Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
It's just another way to save your own skin.
Ah, there you are. You've come at a good time. I've just finished running those tests. I must ask, where did you acquire that concoction? 'Tis a fell thing you got there. To be plain, 'tis more poison than physic. It has the potential to heal one's ailment, certainly. But only if they could survive long enough, which isn't likely. Worse still, it has addictive properties that are likely to cause the patient to become dependent on its deadly effects. I say patient, but I should hope whoever made this did not intend it as a method of treatment. You'd have to be well and truly mad to attempt such a thing.
Tomorrow will be no different. This ox cart's... I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Ain't got the foggiest.
Time to...
Ain't got the foggiest.
Bunch of sluggards. New blood.
Off we trot.